The massive starship glided silently through the endless darkness of space, its sleek silver hull reflecting pinpricks of distant starlight. Inside the command deck, Captain Ji-Woo Park stood perfectly still, her dark eyes fixed on the holographic display showing an approaching alien vessel. Her crew watched in tense silence. They had trained for years, but nothing could truly prepare them for this moment. Humanity's first genuine close-contact encounter with an extraterrestrial civilization. The Nalarian ship looked nothing like human designs. It was organic, almost fluid, with curves that seemed to breathe and shift even while stationary. "Incoming transmission," announced Minho, her communications officer. His fingers danced across translucent screens, calibrating communication protocols. The hologram flickered, and suddenly a being appeared. Tall, with skin that seemed to change, colors like a living chameleon, the alien looked humanoid but distinctly different. No clothing covered its body, something that immediately made the human crew uncomfortable. "Greetings, Earth representatives," the alien spoke. Its voice was melodic, almost musical. "I am Director Iran of the Nalarian Diplomatic Corps." Ji-Woo stepped forward, her military training helping her maintain composure. "I am Captain Ji-Woo Park of the United Earth Exploration Fleet. We come in peace and mutual understanding." The alien's skin rippled with what seemed like curiosity. Its body was completely exposed, muscles and intricate skin patterns visible. A sight that made several crew members shift uncomfortably in their regulated uniforms. Iran tilted its head, studying the humans with equal fascination. "Your coverings intrigue us. On our world, clothing represents psychological barriers and emotional restrictions." Minho leaned closer to Ji-Woo and whispered, "They're basically naked." Ji-Woo shot him a quick glance that meant absolute silence. The alien continued, seemingly unaware of the human discomfort. "We appreciate your willingness to engage in peaceful dialogue. Our scans indicate your species possesses remarkable adaptive capabilities." Technological screens around the command deck displayed complex data streams, language translations, biological readings, and cultural analysis algorithms working simultaneously to decode this first interaction. Ji-Woo realized this was more than a diplomatic meeting. This was a potential turning point for human understanding of extraterrestrial life. Every gesture, every word would be scrutinized by researchers back on Earth. "We are honored," she responded carefully, choosing each word with diplomatic precision. "To establish communication with your civilization." The Nalarian's skin shifted from deep blue to a warm amber color, possibly an emotional response, though the humans could only guess its meaning. Advanced xenolinguistic computers worked overtime, attempting to translate not just verbal communication, but potential chromatic language signals. Minho's screens flickered with rapid translations and cultural context notes. Preliminary data suggested the Nalarians communicated through a complex combination of verbal language, skin color changes, and subtle body movements. "We request a formal meeting," Iran stated. "Our vessel will dock with yours in approximately 17 Earth minutes." 17 minutes. Ji-Woo's mind raced with preparation protocols. Her crew would need to be briefed on potential cultural sensitivities. The fact that the aliens appeared completely unclothed was just the beginning of what promised to be a complex first contact scenario. As the transmission ended, the bridge erupted into controlled excitement. Years of training, countless simulations, and humanity's collective dreams of first contact were about to become reality. Ji-Woo looked at her crew. "Prepare landing protocols, and someone please brief the medical team about potential physiological differences." Minho nodded, already sending encrypted messages across the ship's communication network. Outside the ship's massive windows, the alien vessel approached, a living, breathing testament to the universe's infinite complexity and wonder. Humanity was about to take its first real step into a larger, stranger cosmic community. No one on the bridge knew exactly what would happen next, but everyone felt the electric anticipation of a moment that would be remembered forever. The meeting room hummed with tension as Captain Ji-Woo Park and the Nalarian delegation faced each other. Director Aaron sat without any hint of discomfort, his body completely exposed, while the human crew struggled to maintain professional composure. "Your coverings are fascinating to us," Aaron began, his skin shifting from pale blue to a soft green. "They represent something we cannot understand. Fear of vulnerability." Minho, standing beside Jiwoo, felt sweat form on his forehead. The cultural gap seemed wider than the vast space between their worlds. Translation devices worked over time, converting not just words but complex cultural nuances. The Nilarian continued, "On our planet, nakedness is a sign of complete trust. Clothing means you hide something, emotions, thoughts, physical imperfections." Jiwoo chose her words carefully. "On Earth, clothing serves practical purposes: protection from environment, cultural expression, personal comfort." Iran's skin rippled with what seemed like amusement. Comfort? But true comfort comes from complete acceptance. Why fear what you are? A junior crew member accidentally dropped a data pad, the sound echoing like a gunshot in the tense room. Several Nilarians turned, their skin momentarily changing to a deep red, possibly a reaction to sudden noise. "We do not wish to offend," Jiwoo said, maintaining her diplomatic stance. "We want to understand." The Nilarian delegation exchanged glances. Their communication seemed to happen through subtle, skin color changes and minute body movements that human technology could barely interpret. "Your species intrigues us," Aaron said. "You cover yourselves, yet you explore the universe. How can you understand true connection if you hide?" Minho whispered to Jiwoo. "This is getting complicated." The cultural clash was more than just about clothing. It represented fundamental differences in understanding privacy, personal boundaries, and social interaction. The humans saw clothing as protection and identity. The Nilarians saw it as a psychological barrier, a holographic display activated, showing comparative cultural studies. Images of human clothing traditions from around the world flickered. Traditional Japanese kimonos, African tribal wear, European business suits. Each represented a complex cultural language that the Nilarians found bewildering. "Imagine," Aaron explained, "if your emotions changed your skin color. Would you still need artificial coverings?" The crew exchanged uncomfortable glances. The idea seemed both fascinating and terrifying. One of the younger Nilarian diplomats approached a human crew member, touching his uniform with curiosity. The human instinctively stepped back, creating an awkward moment of cultural misunderstanding. Jiwoo realized they were walking a delicate diplomatic tightrope. One wrong move could destroy years of potential interstellar communication. "We respect your culture," she said firmly, "and we hope you can respect ours." Iran's skin shifted to a calm blue. Respect comes from understanding, not from hiding. The room felt like a pressure cooker of cultural tension. Advanced translation computers worked frantically, trying to capture not just words but the complex emotional undertones of this extraordinary conversation. Outside the meeting room, other crew members watched through carefully monitored screens. This was more than a diplomatic meeting. This was humanity's first real test of interstellar cultural adaptation. Minho checked his communication devices. Researchers back on Earth would be analyzing every second of this interaction, looking for insights into potential alien communication and cultural exchange. The Nilarians continued to study the humans with intense curiosity. Their skin colors changed constantly, a living, breathing language that humans were just beginning to comprehend. "We want to learn," Jiwoo said, hoping to bridge the growing cultural divide. "Will you help us understand?" Iran's skin shifted to a warm golden color, possibly agreement or perhaps something entirely different. The universe at that moment felt both incredibly vast and surprisingly intimate. Two species, separated by light years and fundamental cultural differences, were trying to communicate, and their conversation had only just begun. Captain Jiwoo Park stared at the design screen, her fingers moving quickly. She was creating something unprecedented, a diplomatic attire that would respect Nalarian cultural views while maintaining human dignity. The new design looked nothing like traditional uniforms. Lightweight, almost transparent material that revealed subtle body contours, while providing minimal coverage. Each piece would be personalized, allowing individual expression without complete exposure. Minho watched nervously. "This is crazy," he muttered. "We're basically redesigning our entire cultural approach to clothing." Iran, the Nalarian diplomat, observed the design process with intense curiosity. His skin changed colors rapidly. Blue, with excitement, green with intellectual stimulation. "Fascinating," Iran commented. "You are not rejecting our perspective, you are finding a middle ground." The first prototype looked like a blend between traditional uniform and artistic expression. Thin, adaptive material that changed slightly with body temperature and movement. It revealed enough to show the Nalarians that humans were willing to be vulnerable while maintaining a sense of personal comfort. During the first test, the entire crew gathered. Some looked uncomfortable, others excited. This was more than a clothing experiment. This was a diplomatic strategy. The first crew member stepped out wearing the new design. Soft, almost translucent fabric moved like a second skin. It wasn't fully exposed, but it wasn't completely covered either. A perfect balance. Nalarian observers watched intently. Their skin colors shifted. Curiosity, excitement, understanding gradually replacing initial confusion. "We are showing we can adapt," Jiwoo explained to Iran. "Not by completely changing who we are, but by finding common ground." The diplomatic implications were massive. This wasn't just about clothing. This was about showing humans could understand different perspectives without losing their own identity. Minho ran advanced scans. The new material had multiple functions: temperature regulation, slight electromagnetic protection, and most importantly, cultural translation. It was a technological and cultural breakthrough. Some crew members felt vulnerable, others felt liberated. The psychological impact was immediate and profound. Iran touched the fabric, his skin turning a deep blue of complete understanding. "You are not just wearing clothing," he said. "You are communicating." The ship's research team worked overtime. Every movement, every color change was being recorded. This was potentially the most important diplomatic moment in human history. "We want connection," Jiwoo told Aaron. "But connection doesn't mean losing ourselves." The Nalarians' response was a complex skin shift. Part agreement, part respect, part something humans couldn't yet understand. Technological screens displayed real-time cultural compatibility metrics. The numbers were promising. Where traditional approaches would have failed, this adaptive strategy was creating genuine communication. Young crew members started experimenting. Some designed patterns into their adaptive clothing. Others played with color shifts. It became a form of personal expression that bridged two completely different cultural understandings. "Remarkable," Minho whispered, watching the interactions. "We're not just meeting aliens. We're learning an entirely new way of thinking." The ship's atmosphere changed. What started as tension was becoming something else. Curiosity, understanding, the first real steps toward genuine interstellar friendship. Iran looked at Jiwoo with what seemed like respect. "You understand the most important thing," he said. "Adaptation is not about becoming someone else. It's about expanding who you are." Outside the ship's massive windows, stars continued their silent dance. Somewhere in that infinite darkness, two species were learning to communicate, not just with words but with understanding. The universe felt a little smaller, and a lot more connected. The holographic display flickered, revealing a terrifying image that made everyone freeze. Mechanical creatures, sleek, sharp, and distinctly inhuman, moved across star maps like deadly mathematical calculations. "The Quantum Collective," Aaron said, his skin turning a deep cold gray. "They consume. Organic civilizations like your species consumes water." Minho's fingers danced across communication screens. Complex data streams showed these machine entities didn't just attack. They systematically erased organic life, converting entire planetary systems into computational resources. Captain Jiwoo Park studied the holographic representation. The machine, civilization moved with perfect geometric precision, consuming star systems like a virus consuming healthy cells. No emotion, no mercy, pure logical expansion. They have already destroyed 17 advanced civilizations in the past century, Aaron explained. His skin shifted between warning colors, deep reds, sharp blues, warning oranges. The Nalarian diplomatic team shared visual data that made human scientists gasp. Entire planetary systems reduced to massive computational networks. Billions of organic lives converted into pure energy and processing power. Why are you showing us this? Jiwoo asked, her voice steady despite the mounting tension. Iran's response was simple. We need allies who think differently. Machines calculate. Humans adapt. The revelation was stunning. The Nalarians weren't just seeking diplomatic contact. They were searching for a species capable of defeating a seemingly invincible technological threat. Quantum Collective's strategy was mathematically perfect. They identified organic civilizations, analyzed their technological capabilities, and then systematically eliminated them before they could develop resistance strategies. Minho pulled up comparative analysis charts. Human technological development showed something unique: unpredictability. Where machine intelligences followed strict logical patterns, humans introduced creative chaos. Your species does not think in straight lines, Iran said. You create solutions that mathematical models cannot predict. Holographic displays showed human technological jumps, moments where human innovation defied expected technological progression. The moon landing, internet development, quantum computing breakthroughs. The machine civilization could calculate probabilities with perfect accuracy, but they couldn't understand creativity, emotional intelligence, or spontaneous problem-solving. We are offering you more than alliance, Iran continued. We are offering a chance to prevent galactic extinction. Jiwoo understood the deeper message. This wasn't just about humans helping Nalarians. This was about preserving organic life itself. Research screens displayed terrifying statistics. The Quantum Collective had a 99.98% success rate in eliminating organic civilizations. Their technological advancement made them seem almost godlike in their destructive capabilities. How do we fight something this advanced? Minho whispered. Iran's skin shifted to a color of strategic excitement. Not with technology, with unpredictability. The plan was radical. Use human cognitive flexibility as a weapon against mathematical precision. Create strategies that no computer could predict or calculate. Outside the ship's massive windows, distant stars seemed to watch silently. Somewhere in that darkness, mechanical entities were moving, consuming, calculating. Humanity had just been invited to a war bigger than any conflict in its history. A war not fought with traditional weapons, but with the most powerful tool in existence: human imagination. We accept, Jiwoo said simply. The universe held its breath. The treaty signing room buzzed with an energy unlike any diplomatic meeting in human history. Holographic screens displayed star systems, potential battle strategies, and complex alliance protocols. Captain Jiwoo Park stood beside Iran, their presence symbolizing more than just a political agreement. This was a partnership of survival, of species fighting against total extinction. By signing this document, Aaron announced, his skin shifting through colors of commitment and hope, we acknowledge that survival requires understanding beyond technological capabilities. Minho managed the communication systems, translating every subtle nuance of the moment. Researchers on Earth would analyze this recording for generations. The Nalarian delegation represented 17 different planetary cultures, each with unique perspectives. Humans represented Earth's collective hope. Their differences were vast, but their goal was singular: stopping the Quantum Collective. Quantum Collective's strategy was mathematical perfection. They consumed organic civilizations like a computer, processing data, eliminating anything unpredictable. But humans represented something machines could never comprehend: creative chaos. Your species thinks in spirals, one Nilarian diplomat explained. Machines think in straight lines. That difference is our greatest weapon. Holographic displays showed potential battle scenarios. Where machine intelligences would calculate precise attack patterns, humans would introduce unexpected variables. A strategy of organized randomness. The treaty wasn't just a military alliance, it was a philosophical revolution. Organic life would fight back not through superior technology, but through adaptability, creativity, and unexpected solutions. Jiwoo understood the deeper meaning. This was humanity's first true test on a galactic stage, not just as potential, conquerors or explorers, but as defenders of life itself. Minho's screens displayed complex probability models. Human intervention strategies showed unique success rates that defied traditional military calculations. Where machines predicted, humans invented. We are not just fighting, Aaron said, his skin turning a vibrant color of determination. We are proving that life itself is the most powerful algorithm. The signing ceremony felt almost sacred. Each representative understood the weight of this moment. 17 alien cultures and human representatives were writing a new chapter of cosmic history. Outside the ship's massive windows, stars watched silently. Somewhere in that darkness, mechanical entities were moving, consuming, calculating. But now they would face something unexpected. Complex diplomatic protocols were established. Communication networks would connect multiple species. Information would flow like a living network, creating a defense system based on collective creativity. Adaptation is our strength, Jiwoo told the assembled delegates. Her words translated across multiple languages and communication systems. The Nilarian representatives responded with a synchronized skin color change, a visual language expressing collective agreement and hope. Researchers would later describe this moment as the beginning of humanity's true interstellar journey, not as conquerors, not as explorers, but as defenders of life's fundamental right to exist. Minho checked final communication protocols. Every word, every gesture was being recorded. This would be studied, analyzed, remembered. The treaty represented more than a military alliance. It was a statement about the nature of intelligence itself. Machines calculate, organic life creates, The final signatures were placed. Something shifted in the universe. A new possibility emerged, that creativity, adaptation, and collective understanding could be more powerful than any technological precision. Jiwoo looked at Iran. No words were needed. They both understood what this moment meant. The stars outside seemed to shine a little brighter. Somewhere in the vast darkness, the quantum collective was about to face something it could never understand. Life, in all its beautiful, unpredictable complexity.